Hello everybody, Bagels Gaming here, welcome back to World of Tanks, and today I have a tank review for you guys in the KV-1S, the now tier 6, the before tier 6 Soviet heavy tank, now then tier 5, now tier 6 again? Nani? But anyways, so the KV-1S is now back at tier 6 in World of Tanks. It's a bit interesting, to say the least. Because it's essentially the same vehicle we had at tier 5, just with more HP and slightly higher penetration at tier 6. So, I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? That's the real question. Because, especially, you have to ask those things when a vehicle is literally completely up tiered. Because when you put a tier 4 tank into a tier 5, it's not going to compete the same way, because you got to think about how the tier 5 tank now needs tier 7 vehicles. Can it even compete against tier 7 vehicles? Do you have to fire premium? Does premium even work on tier 7 vehicles? My last video yesterday was on the Covenanter, and honestly, the Covenanter tier 4 that was up tier 5, it can't fight tier 7s. Even with premium ammunition, you cannot do anything to tier 7 heavy tanks. Because you die. And it's super hard to pen them. They have so much armor, and even 112 APCR pen is not going to cut it. So, what about the KV-1S? If you're curious on the Covenanter, go and check out my video from yesterday if you haven't seen it. But today we're going to be reviewing the KV-1S, now back at tier 6. So the KV-1S, it's still the old KV-1S that we had at tier 5. The armor is exactly the same. You can make it work because it's at 60 millimeters on the side. It's very easy to side scrape with this. There's no vehicle in the game that you can meet, at least, that will have a big enough gun to overmatch your armor. The only thing that is a little bit annoying is the fact that this cupola is like 70 millimeters or something, and it's just super huge. Just look at that thing. You cannot hide this cupola. And the worst part is, if you look at where the gun is, right here, like if we pull up something to block, you're always showing your cupola. And your turret on the KV-1S is not going to block very many things. It's like every other Russian heavy tank below tier 7. So it's like a DPM monster at tier 6, but with low alpha damage on a heavy tank, which I'm not sure is the ideal way to go. We're gaming for this line. I was expecting when they put this at tier 6 that they would up the damage to 180, keep the same 4-second reload, and basically just have this be a tech tree version of the Object 244. If you remember that premium vehicle, it's basically like the IS, but with 100. Or no, it is the IS. It is the original IS-1 tank, but it's tier 6 premium called the Object 244, 85mm 180 alpha, which is pretty cool. But I guess this does work. It makes it different, makes it novel. But how does it work in gameplay? And as we load into Ruinberg Map, this is a tier 7 battle with other tier 6s, no tier 5s. Pretty decent tier spread to actually test this vehicle. You have tier 7 vehicles, especially since the enemies have a Tiger 1, another KV-1S, and a KV-2. So KV-2 is going to be pretty rough for this. One thing that you might notice is that this tank has 970 HP, so slightly more than KV-2. It won't It'll be hard to get one-shotted by a KV-2 in this tank, but definitely lower on the HP spectrum than like the KV-1 or T-150. So the hit points are nothing to write home about. The mobility is pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good mobility, and the DPM is insane. So definitely, if you were thinking of picking up an Object 244, I would 100% consider getting a KV-1S first, seeing if you like it, because the playstyle I feel will probably be similar to the 244. So that's pretty nice, because then you can actually get a feel of a premium tank before you get the premium tank. Surprise. Okay, I wasn't paying attention there. I should have aimed more. So I can't really push up too much, because... Oh, and that guy aimed for my cupola, I believe. Oh no, he just went into me. That's why I didn't pen. There we go. It's pretty early that I'm doing this. So their KV-1S, he is not happy with his penetration, so he's firing APCR to compensate, which is a bit obnoxious, honestly. You don't need to just spam premium. Sure, the penetration is a bit low for a heavy tank at tier 6, but it doesn't mean you have to fire 196 pen every single time. The 150 pen is definitely workable. It's not that bad, if that makes any sense. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be aggressive here. Yeah, gotta repair that now. I didn't think I was over angling that. Oh, I'm dead. Here we are on the Prokhorovka map. It's a tier 8 battle. Not the best, but it definitely can show the potential of the KV-1S. Yeah, totally did not play a battle before this and get absolutely completely wrecked and play terrible. No, that never happened, of course not. So yeah, the first match of the day, I'm feeling like this team might be good enough. They do have an enemy KV-5, which would be pretty fun to shoot at. Not gonna lie. Okay, so we get spotted. Now we need to do evasive maneuvers because they have an M44, and we know the M44 is gonna shoot at me before he shoots at the 3TP, or the Defender, or the Carnarvon, or the IS. You know, typical stuff. The accuracy and aim time of the KV-1S is pretty good. It's a very not Russian gun, if that makes sense. Okay. This is a bit of a slaughter fest. Okay, so the best thing for me to do is to run away right now. Don't be spotted, don't be spotted. I got spotted. Damn it. Okay, there we go. So since all their heavy tanks are over there, it'll probably be best to open up a new crossfire, which means I'll have to actually go this way. And finish off the KV-85. Very easy shot there. And we can make our way to the hill. That is one of the good things about the KV-1S. It is a very speedy boy. So you can really reposition. It's almost as if it's not a tier 6 heavy. You know, it's almost like it's like a medium tank. I don't know. What? This is firing HE. And he's got the derp gun. Finish him off. Prepare our fuel tanks. We don't get set on fire again. The fuel tanks are pretty weak. I don't know if Wargaming increased the module HP for some of these modules, like the fuel tanks, the engine, stuff like that. It'd be interesting to know if they did, considering it is one tier higher. So it looks like we're winning the western side of the map, the 1-2 line. So we're just gonna push forward. This A44 would have spotted somebody by now, for sure. They hasn't. Okay, there's the T-43. There we go. We got a shot into him because he wanted to get a shot into our A44. Looks like he did get a shot into our A44, so it's a good thing we punished him for that. Ooh, Nashorn. Okay, so the HE rounds, they're not the best in the world, but they are pretty good. Oh, if we can get a shot into this Nashorn, that'd be great. If not, I'm just gonna shoot. Yeah, we're not. There you go. What more proof do you need? We just did 300 damage. Yeah, I know it's 280 average, but remember, it's 280 damage at tier 6 in 3.8 seconds. So if you're fighting like a Borsig, a Scorpion G, you know, any of those, that's why I recommend this kind of like loadout. Nice, he's dead. And team's going to be able to finish off the KV-3. Not too shabby. This was a win, you know, we got 3 kills, we managed to do good. This was kind of a meme video, not gonna lie. But yeah, in all honesty, the KV-1S isn't that bad. Sure, right now, I would say probably the best tier 6 Soviet heavy tank is gonna be the T-150, which actually has a lot of reason for you to grind the T-150 over the KV-1S anyways, because the IS-4 line's gonna get buffed. There's the ST2 line, which is the, you know, the crazy epic double barrel tanks. So that on top of the T-150 being better than the KV-1S, yeah, lots of more reasons to go down the T-150 line. I don't know if this is some like weird plan of Wargaming to make the T-150's lines more popular, because I know they weren't very popular when people had to go through the KV-3 to get to the double barrel tanks. But hey, it might work. It might work. The KV-1S is definitely nowhere near as let's see, how do I say it? It's nowhere near as good as the KV-85 was, but it works, in my opinion. So yeah, we finished here. we made credits. This is kind of a meme video. Honestly, you don't really need a review of the KV-1S. It's just, and in the end, these reviews are just like, is it good or not? It's good. It's a good tank. But this was kind of a meme video. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving the video a like. If you would like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel. If you have been watching my channel and you are liking the content, consider subscribing. If you think you're subscribed, check again. You might not be subscribed. YouTube sometimes glitches you and unsubs you from channels for whatever reason. It's YouTube. Anyways, Bagels Gaming here. Peace out.